We have yet to find a good barber in the south of France, so today we're fixing that in Bordeaux. On y va! Andiamo! We've been living in France for several months now, and in that time we've learned a lot. But there's one thing we haven't figured out yet: a haircut. A real one that actually feels like us. So today, we are taking the train to Bordeaux because apparently that is what you do when you live in a medieval village in the Dordogne and you need your hair done. You get on a train. We live about 30 minutes outside Bergerac, and the drive there, we never take for granted. Every single time we drive through these forests, we think the same thing. How is this real? The forests here are dense and old and green in a way that feels almost excessive. Like nature showing off. We pass through little villages on the way. Blink and you miss them. 30 minutes from our front door to a train that takes us to one of the most beautiful cities in France. This is the part of our life that we couldn't have imagined from a one-bedroom apartment in Los Angeles. We're still getting used to it, and I hope we never fully get used to it. There is something I love about train travel in France that I couldn't have imagined before we moved here. It is the permission it gives you. Permission to just sit, to look out a window, to have a conversation without somewhere else you need to be. Andrew and I talk differently on trains than we do anywhere else. We work sometimes, we plan, we look at each other and say things like, "Can you believe we live here?" And the other person says no. The ride from Bergerac to Bordeaux takes about an hour, and I want to be very clear what that hour looks like. It looks like this: fields and stone walls and tree lines and old farmhouses sitting in the middle of land that has been farmed for centuries. In the US, this drive would be a highway with billboards. Here, it's this. There's something about moving through the French countryside at this pace that does something to you. You slow down on the inside without even trying. In LA, we drove everywhere, alone, in traffic, usually half stressed out about something. Here, we sit on a train for an hour and just look out the window. It sounds small. It genuinely is not small. By the time Bordeaux starts to appear, the edges of the city, the rooftops, La Garonne, I am always a little sorry the train ride is over. But then I remember why we were going, and I feel completely fine about it.
Running a little late to our haircuts. The train was a little delayed. We get a nice power walk through Bordeaux.
We walk fast, so we'll be fine.
Yeah, it said we're gonna be 5 minutes late, but if we walk, that's for straight walk speed on Google.
It's worth the fast walk. I'm so excited and ready to get a haircut.
Two souls, different directions, same hope, different perspectives. I'm trying. I know you're trying, baby.
On a trouvé cet endroit en ligne. Ça s'appelle Everyone Speaks Sushi. Pour deux Américaines qui apprennent encore le français, c'était comme si ça nous parlait directement. C'est en plein cœur du centre historique. Ils sont là depuis 2015 et ils sont ambassadeurs officiels Vela pour toute la France. Ça veut dire qu'ils forment d'autres coiffeurs. Donc si quelqu'un peut gérer ce que je vais demander, c'est bien eux. Got my haircut and it feels good. Now I'm gonna watch Andrew get his haircut. I was the test subject, but we were happy with my haircut. He has decided to follow suit and get his haircut as well.
That's what makes you safest. Do it all the safest.
What do you? I like mine.
I like boutique. Mine is a little more like.
I really liked the barber. I would go back. Would you?
Better than some of the other haircuts we had in France.
Quand tu es en France, il y a les mots très importants pour le barbier. Aujourd'hui, on va apprendre le vocabulaire du barbier. On commence avec le mec qui coupe les cheveux. Hairdresser en français.
Coiffeur?
Oui, un coiffeur. Comment dit-on a barber en français?
Barbier?
Un barbier. Oui, c'est ça.
Two for two.
Two for two. Comment dit-on tondeuse? Tondeuse. Clippers. Ok. Et puis en français,
French.
tondeuse.
So like lawnmower?
Exactement.
Wait,
Exactement.
they call lawnmower
Because it's a clipper? Oui. Tondeuse. Et pour nous, on a
tondeuse
une
thermique.
tondeuse autoportée.
Tondeuse thermique.
C'est quoi ça?
That's lawnmower, gas lawnmower. jusqu'à.
D'accord.
That's why I was saying like
Non, je ne
tondeuse
savais pas ça.
thermique. Okay.
Okay.
Trying to make a little dad joke.
For us, fades have now went out of style, so we didn't want to fade. Comment dit-on fade en français?
Dégradé?
Dégradé.
Dégradé.
Dégradé. And if you don't want to fade, you could say without fade.
Sans dégradé?
Sans dégradé. Exactement.
Did you say pas dégradé too? Or okay.
Je pense que oui. Dis-nous, on peut dire
Yeah.
pas dégradé?
If you guys would say something different, could you put it in the comments? May help you with perico.
Very good. Very good. Comment dit-on the sides en français?
Les côtes?
Les côtes. Juste quand tu es à côté d'une personne ou quelque chose, je suis à côté de mon sac à dos. Je suis à côté de mon sac.
Oh,
Il est
ça.
à côté de moi
Juste les ciseaux
pour les côtes.
pour les côtes. So only scissors for the sides.
Yeah, exactement. Pas de tondeuse, no clippers.
I will always think of a lawnmower now.
See, you put words together. You're clipping the grass.
Is it Husqvarna makes it?
Yeah, Husqvarna.
Oh, that'll coming soon.
Okay, so we did not want our hair short. Comment dit-on short or shorter?
Like cut? I don't know.
Court.
Court?
Plus courte. Comment dit-on I want les côtes longer?
Plus long?
Oui, c'est ça, exactement. Très bien, Andrew. Plus long, plus courte. Et le dernier mot, comment dit-on beard en français?
So what comes to mind, just really quick, is ours, because it's bear, right?
Yeah,
Ours.
ours. Ours. That's a hard one to say. That is hard.
And kyrie.
Écureuil.
I can't even say that.
Écureuil. They can't say squirrel, so it's okay.
Then I can't say squirrel in French. Bear? Bar? Bar?
Presque. Barbe.
Barbier, barbe.
Oui, exactement. Barbier. Barbier. Barbe. La barbe. Aussi, oui, c'est la barbe. Oui, je sais. Il y a un E à la fin.
It's feminine?
Oui, c'est féminin. Juste comme moi. D'autres choses. Qu'est-ce que je veux dire? Si t'es français et tu regardes cette vidéo, tu connais Barbe Bleue, l'histoire Barbe Bleue? Cette histoire, quand j'étais dans les cours de français au lycée, je connais l'histoire. Et si t'es pas français, tu connais l'histoire du Barbe Bleue? Et si oui, pourquoi?
What did you just say?
I said, so...
La belle époque, oh oh. La belle époque, oh oh.
Merci. What looks good to you?
The prices are bad.
Everything's cheaper than LA. Okay.
Perfect.
Oui, c'est prêt.
Je veux dire, Naki pense, excusez, sans chaud. Was it? I said.
Rice.
Oui, s'il vous plaît. Very good for now.
Oui, c'est tout pour maintenant. On partage.
Merci.
Merci. French lesson. Chopsticks in French, baguette, like the bread.
Okay.
So, baguette. But obviously you can tell it's chopsticks over bread by the context of the situation in the sentence. All right, let's try our first time having sushi ever in France. Not even in Paris. Okay, first bite, it tasted just like standard sushi.
Holy shit, that's spicy. Whoa. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know.
It's okay, that's soy sauce.
No, here. What up? Oh,
Drink some water, babe.
there it is. I got one of those red little peppers. I know, it feels good, Dylan. I haven't had spicy pain like that in a while.
So that's good? That's spicy?
These little red peppers are like growing pain.
What a cool life. We woke up in the countryside, took a beautiful train ride to Bordeaux. Now we're in Bordeaux having sushi in France for the first time, and it's pretty good. What a contrast. We could never do this in LA. And like for the cost of it, like this is pretty good sushi.
I'm hungry. I'm enjoying this. I miss these flavors. I love my avocado.
Oh, that's so true. California has fresh avocados. They're so good.
We occasionally have a circus,
Sick.
and circuses can't have animals here anymore the way they used to. And then on the news, there was this whole scandal. A circus in one of the other towns, the mayor shut it down. It was put on private land because they had baby lion cubs, and that's illegal in France. Because the animals can't be guaranteed to be like safe and healthy. You shouldn't be having lion cubs at your circus. It's a big scandal. There's lawsuits now, I guess. I was like, and it's like somewhere in the south. It's a very small town. It's interesting, like the news that I consume day to day now. I still stay up to date with all the LA stuff because of the work I'm doing here. Something more global. It's a lot of local, and it's kind of fun to hear about these things that are local, like a circus with lion cubs.
As some of you can probably tell, I am not good with chopsticks at all, but I refuse to use a fork and a knife or any non-baguette Asian cutlery because I am cutlery, whatever, because I am a classy American who is culture.
Hold on. I correct your English and you tell me whatever. And if I say anything about the French, you get mad at me.
What do you mean?
You correct my French all the time and I just corrected your English.
Yeah,
You're like, whatever.
Well, that's because we're living in a country where the French matters.
It was a joke, Dylan.
Oh, okay. I was like, girl, I just literally teach you how to say things correctly so they don't switch to English.
And I teach him how to say things in English correctly so people don't think he doesn't know how to read and write.
Californians are literally so pretentious, they think they know everything about how to speak.
You just say cutlery instead of cutlery.
No, I know, just in general. You guys are always like, we say everything right. Our accent is right. We don't have an accent. Bitch, everyone has an accent. This is really nice because we chose this life, being able to do these things. We chose to move and to be here so we can live a life like this and do these things. And it's nice that, like, we chose this. Everything we're looking at, like, we chose to be here. Look at this street. I'm just casually enjoying my lunch. And this is my view. This is incredible. If you're considering moving to the French countryside, but you know, you've always lived in a city or a larger town and you're a little like, I'm not like sure if I could do the countryside or adjust that life. Like, I don't know if I can really give up this city. The nice thing about living in the Dordogne countryside is the access to trains like we just did, how we came to Bordeaux for the day to get a cute lunch and get a haircut and walk around because we still don't know the city super well. But if you live in the French countryside, you can take trains into cities.
Our train here costs €10 each. When you are booking tickets and stuff, if you're going to do a lot of trains on your travels or when you're looking, I'd always recommend to look and see how much the cost of a discount card is because they have it for the national lines and they also have it for local lines. Since we live here, it was like €29 for a year and it's 50% off all local trains. So it pays for itself in 3 uses. And we come to Bordeaux all the time, so it's already paid for itself. For some reason, we didn't get Dylan one till today, and that's why I remembered it. I don't know how I forgot this whole time.
Daddy admin over here.
Yeah.
Bad dad. So if you're a little scared or concerned about giving up city life or the countryside, just know like you have really easy access to get into the city, maybe even work in the city, so you don't have to give up the full city life to enjoy the country life. Would you come back here?
Yeah, I would actually. It was really good.
Did we get any footage of the food?
It got put down in front of us. I think we're a little hungry.
Sorry, y'all, we forgot to show you the food. It's kind of like one of the main points of this part of the video.
It tasted good.
Just Google sushi on Google and look at pictures, and that's what we got. Was that a dad joke?
It was, yeah, it was cute though.
I'm good. But we're done.
The one dancing with your cigarette, carefree me. I wanna be with you all night long, all night long. Baby, you move.
Since we have our backpacks on so we could work on the train, we look insanely like tourist.
I'm okay with it. I'm having a good day. We're being tourists for the day in Bordeaux.
The nice thing about Bordeaux, robbery and fraud happens everywhere, but I do not feel like I'm going to get robbed every 5 seconds like I do in Paris. Like Paris, you leave your phone on the table, like scared someone's gonna run up and grab it. Certainly not leaving like my objects just freely in Bordeaux, but it does have a little bit more of a safer vibe.
That's not a brico.
So?
No, a brico.
Oh, je pensais que t'as dit bricot marché.
Brico.
A bricolé. Brico.
It's a hardware store.
Brico is like...
Dylan makes fun of me and says I want to go to them all the time.
Yeah. We literally spend our whole life at the bricot marché. But that's what happens when you buy a home and you're fixing things and have bone problems.
Lots of things to fix.
Lots of things to fix.
Do you need a pucky?
Probably.
No, I can't. I don't want to get ramen. I should not be buying ramen to take home with us. That's what my head goes to. We need ramen. Ginger. Ooh.
Is there anything you want to take home for cooking?
I think it was a mochi just to house on.
Mochi.
Pucky. €2. It's not bad.
I had a Japanese exchange student, and one of the first kinds of candy he gave me that he brought from Japan was Pocky. Every time I have Pocky, I think of you, Kotaro Sumiya. There's nothing I really need.
I was like, do we get...
I got new chopsticks because we only have one-use chopsticks at home. And in LA, I had several pairs of reusable chopsticks, but kind of had to just get out of there because there was so much stuff that I don't even remember what I did with them.
We can bring it in. It makes me sad.
I know.
We left too much stuff behind.
But like also like when you're moving, you like it's so expensive. You can't just like take everything. And we left our couch, TV.
Oh, that's kind of funky. Let's go look here. Bonjour. Oh, this looks really cute.
Oh, I would totally use that.
Got you your birthday present.
Birthday. Bonjour.
Là.
Oui. Je suis pas pressé, ça va. Ok, ça va. Je suis pas Karen. Vous avez un Karen en français?
Non, c'est pas 40.
Une femme, 50 ans, avec les cheveux blondes, elle est toujours enfâchée avec...
Voilà, c'est ça. Chiant.
Chiant.
Au revoir.
Merci, bonne journée, au revoir.
How do we always pick the most expensive one?
Thought it was 21 euro and it was 40, which is insane for a mug, but
It's really cute. It's the Pantone Pride one. Dylan will use it every day. I'll make sure I put a video clip somewhere on something with him sitting with his Pantone Pride cup,
yep.
unless it gets broken.
Is this the porte-caillou from the other side?
They have these kilo shops everywhere. That one's actually clean though. We're walking around and I noticed there's a lot of immobilier, which are like the realtors. And when you look at the prices, it's just crazy how much less they are than Los Angeles. So my barometer is wrong because it's based on LA. But like a 2-bedroom apartment that's 39 meters squared for 195,000 euro. Like my brain is still having a hard time. 200,000 euro. So that's like 250 USD for a 2-bedroom house. It's a condo. That's really good. Always like to hear about people's experience with realtors because I think that's a huge thing with people trying to relocate. And consistently we keep hearing a certain thing. We'll talk about it in another video. But pretty much if you're Americans moving from America, try to get an American that's moved here for your realtor because they kind of understand some of our nuances that we experience in the US.
We have stopped at this bar on the corner called Sweeney Todd, obviously not French. If you are a Bordelais, is this like a casual hangout spot? Are we in a tourist trap? It was €4.50 for a demi-glace of the citrus, which I really like, cider, so I've been having that a lot in France. I know I'm in Bordeaux and I should be getting a Bordeaux wine, vin de Bordeaux, but I really just prefer like beer during the day. We're just hanging out and enjoying a drink for my birthday, celebrating my 32nd birthday here in Bordeaux.
Where did you learn when you were for the year 31?
The year 31 was the most difficult, challenging year I've ever had in my life, between dealing with buying the house, finalizing it, all the problems that came with buying the house, all the problems we discovered, wrapping up my summer in LA.
That was a good summer though.
Yeah, the summer was great, but wrapping up my summer in LA while having a job and not being able to tell them I'm moving because I was afraid they would fire me, keeping that inside the whole year, because I knew in January I was moving to France, but I had to keep it quiet until August. So I was just sitting there every day like, y'all don't know, but I'm literally peacing out and moving to France, like, bye, y'all have fun at this office. 31 was cool though. I bought a house, I moved internationally. Like he said, we had a really fun summer in LA. I mean,
Dylan made it the most gay summer ever.
pool parties, clubs, warehouse raves at 3 a.m.
All gay events.
All gay events.
Queer and gay events.
But the Dordogne seems pretty LGBTQ friendly. Like any older person that I've been like, oh, my husband, or they've called him mon ami, and I've corrected them and said, no, mon mari. No eyes opening, no one cares, no shock.
Yeah, they don't care. And to be honest, I don't know enough French to get the sense of shade shit, and I would not know it. I would have no idea. And I just smile. What's something you could take away that would be your best memory from the year? We'll start with a few more things, like the best of each term.
Best memory was when we got here at the house for the first time and we let Lincoln out of the car. Getting to see him go from a leashed city dog to no leash and 11 acres to run around was the best thing. I mean, I'm not kidding. Moving him and seeing him blossom here has been my favorite part of this entire thing. More than just moving for myself or for us. The dog. Seeing the dog come alive has been my favorite memory. I think the big thing I learned in 31, and I already kind of knew this, but I am so loved. I have so many friends and they love me. Deeply love me and truly care about me.
He pays them a lot.
But
okay, you didn't like that joke.
No, parce que je paye pour toi. Tout mon argent. I said, because I always pay for you. But I am so deeply loved and I have so much support. I have a problem, I have friends, I have family I can rely on. And not everyone has that or that experience. It's very cool walking around hey, I have not just a support system, an entire team and people from all different areas of life. I very much like that. Oh, I also developed friendships with people of all different ages. older people, people younger than me, and I think it's so important to have a variety of different ages in your life because each generation, every couple years, we all are different. What did you think or notice about my 31st year?
Well, someone learned, technically it was on the cusp of your 31st and your 30th year, but I'm surprised he didn't mention one of his favorite memories from last year was learning how to ski.
Oh, yeah, but that was 30.
No, it was 31.
Oh, you're right. Well,
So technically, it was his third. We celebrated his 30th birthday, but it was like on the weekend. So Sunday you skied for the first time without an instructor in year 31.
yeah,
It's too good at it to start that easy, but
I did an entire mountain my second day. But yeah, I have literally the coolest birthdays. 30 was in Joshua Tree at like a cool Airbnb with a pool and a hot tub with all my friends. 31 was private skiing in Park City. Where were we? John,
I don't remember. Oh man, it was really nice.
some lodge where the Olympics used
And
to be. And Arrow flew us out there semi-private. So that was very cool. Here I am celebrating tondeuse in Bordeaux. And I was texting my best gal, Sydney, about it. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to Bordeaux because, you know, for me, this is kind of a more low-key birthday compared to the other ones. Like, we're just going to a city an hour away and getting a haircut and walking around. And then she's like, no, but like, you're going to Bordeaux. Like, how casual is that to say it? And then I thought about it and I was like, you're right. Like,
I think you got through some really tough mental shit that was not fun to be watching happen, but you persisted. And I think also watching not just the dog like become a different person, you with the dog too.
that dog is so in love and obsessed with me, and it just makes me happy, so happy. I wanted a clingy dog that was obsessed with me, and since he's a rescue and was abused, did not know if we were going to have that experience with him, but he is just super lovey, protective, but lovey.
Okay, babe, we gotta finish that drink because we gotta head back to the train station and get back home because somebody's waiting for us back home.
This is the longest we've left Lincoln alone since we moved here. Like, if we're gone more than that 1-2 hours, he is pissed off. He is so grumpy.
It is a German Shepherd, so if anyone knows about them, they know when they're grumpy, you know it and you feel it, and it's painful.
This was a very cute little drink spot with this view of Bordeaux. I love you. We power walked here from that pub thingy, which was the only place I heard English. But considering it was called Sweeney Todd, I'm not étonné. We have made it on the train. It was like oddly hot in the train station, even though it's not hot outside. I am gonna struggle with this France summer. Now we going home. On rentre à la maison. It was a wonderful birthday in Bordeaux. I don't know if that's how you say that. Mais 10 sur 10. 100%. Nickel. The ride home is different. It's quieter. There's no one in our car, so it's just Andrew and I. We're always together, and really France feels like our own little world. That's just between the two of us. The train ride back to Bergerac feels very different now. It feels like we're going home, and that's really comforting. When we get to the train station, I get so excited because I know I only have a 30-minute car ride, and then we're reunited with Lincoln. Today was good. What a beautiful life we have. Why did we pick a city that has 3 R's? The French R is already too hard to say. Bergerac.
Because I need to work on my eyes.
Bergerac.